Hello, everyone. My name is Deborah. This is Meet an Entrepreneur. I will bring my guest to the camera. Her name is Melanie Henderson. Hello, Melanie.
Hi, how are you, Deborah?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great.
Welcome to the show, Melanie.
Thank you for having me.
So, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us who you are.
My name is Melanie Henderson. I am the owner and founder of Knockout Mixology Academy and Consulting. I am currently the only hands on bartending school in the state of Nebraska. So I take that title very seriously and what I do very seriously. I also provide consultation services for those of you that are opening up restaurants, bars, and grills. I can come in and teach your staff how to properly serve customers, how to deal with upset and irate customers, the flow between the front of the house, back of the house, what drinks pair well with what menu items, and in addition to those two legs of my business, I also have a leg of mobile mixology services. In my mobile mixology services, I have weekly specials. I can do birthday parties, bachelorette parties, surprise parties, and bulk orders as well.
Wow, that's exciting. And currently, you're the only one in Nebraska or just Omaha?
I am the only one in the Nebraska. I am the only hands-on mixology slash bartending school in the state of Nebraska.
Congratulations. So
Thank you.
tell me, how did you start?
I actually started over 10 years ago. I have been bartending since I was 22, 23 years old when I lived down south in Louisiana. And then I stopped for a while because I decided to go into healthcare. I still am currently working full time in healthcare, but this is kind of my passion. So I bartended at a couple of places. And 2 years ago, I made myself a plan. I started working at a place, and then I said in 2 years I will be done with this job and I am going to launch my own business. I actually launched my business that year and decided to go completely full fledged, seriously into it at the end of 2019. So I have been in business for over 2 years, but an LLC now for a little over 6 months.
Wow. So tell me, you said you still have your full-time job in healthcare. What do
Yes, ma'am.
you do?
I am an oral surgery assistant, so I extract teeth, do sinus lifts, single extractions, wisdom teeth extractions, implants, cosmetic sedation, all types of surgeries. That's pretty much what I do all day. I'm in people's mouths.
That's funny. So, how do you manage the business side of the your day? Like, tell me, what is your typical day like?
My typical day, I'll give you a Monday through Wednesday. I'm usually up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning. I get up every morning. Naturally, I just wake up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. I get up. I go let my dogs out. I drink me a cup of coffee while they're out. I get their food and stuff ready. I cook me something quick to eat. Let them back in. Let them eat. I'm getting dressed while they're eating. I let them back out. Let them back out, let them use the bathroom, bring them back in. While they're in, I'm leaving and going to work. I'm at work all day. I work from 6:30 to 5:15. I leave at 5:15. I come home, and then from about 5:15 to 8:39, I am working on my manuals for my students. I'm doing marketing. I am researching different products and services I can provide. I'm perfecting my talents and skills. So I work on my business basically from 5:30, 6 o'clock every day, sometimes to 10:30, 11 o'clock. So even if I'm not doing the mobile mixology services, I'm researching stuff to make sure, I'm on my P's and Q's for my students. Or I am, getting stuff together, getting their mixology kits and stuff together for them for class. So um, my days are pretty much, for the most part, Monday through Wednesday, and my Fridays are almost identical to each other, but each one of those days I try to perfect my craft. I try to hone in more on my skills and perfect my craft, because the more I am an expert in my field, then I can prepare my students better.
Wow. So tell me, what is mixology? Knockout mixology.
Okay, knockout mixology was a word that, how do I say, I came up with the name because I always say we want to get in here and knock out these shifts. Let's knock out these shifts. So I figure if I can knock out a shift at somebody else's job, then I could knock out, my own business, or knock out making these drinks for these customers. So that's how I came up with the name Knockout Mixology. For me personally, being a mixologist is more than just being a slash bartender making drinks, because to me a mixologist is going to set the scene, they're going to set the environment. All a bartender is doing is putting some things into a glass and serving them to you, but a mixologist is somebody that has honed in on their skills of customer service. They know how to mix the customer service with making you a great drink and setting the environment for you, which allows you to that feeling of wanting to return. Because if you go somewhere, great customer service, great environment, great food, or a great drink, you're going to want to return, right? So
Right. Yeah.
that's what I teach my customers, and that's what we are. I want to teach you to be an expert mixologist, creating the setting the scene and environment while providing extra, how do I say, expert customer service. I don't ever want my students to go nowhere and give nobody no bad customer service, because number one, that's not going to make you want to return. Number two, that means I didn't do my job. I didn't do my job
Right.
well if the students are making you feel that you don't want to return.
So tell me, what is the difference between a mixologist and a bartender?
The difference between a mixologist and a bartender is, again, a bartender is just somebody that is just throwing some stuff in a glass and serving it to you. They may
So
have a little.
they're basically making drinks.
Yes, they're making drinks, but a mixologist hones in more on the art of making the drink and the customer service. A
What
mixologist is
does that look like?
a mixologist is going to strike up a conversation with you. A mixologist is going to see what things y'all have in common. A mixologist is going to keep you smiling while in the environment. They're going to take care of you and everybody that's in their environment, try to find a common ground with you, and make sure you and all of the people in your party are happy while they're there. That is what a mixologist's role is when they are in a bar, grill, or a lounge. So that's what I want to teach my students. You need to find a common ground with your customers. And at the end of the day, make sure they are happy and you are knowledgeable about them and what they like. Because the more knowledgeable about your customers you are, number one, the better you are able to serve them, AKA customer service. Great customer
So,
service is what's going to make make someone return. You can get bad food, but good customer service. That happens, right?
yes. Mm-hmm.
And then you can still return.
Right. So tell me, where do you work out of? Do you have a bar or a location? And if you do, um, how long is training? Let's say someone is interested in your academy.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the process like? And also, where are you located at?
Right now, I have been doing my classes out of the Scandinavian Hall, but I'm looking for more of a permanent home. So I've been kind of dibbling dabbling between the Love Jazz and Arts Center and the 9910 building off of North 48th Street. I'm leaning more toward the 9910 building. It's a very nice setting, peaceful in the environment, able to keep you grounded. As far as
Hi,
to
Martin. Martin says hi.
I saw that. Hey, how you doing? Um, as far as to enrollment, students can contact me on my cell phone or contact me through the business page for enrollment. Training is actually 2 days. We have classes. I do classes on Saturdays and Sundays. You'll do one Saturday that'll be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on Sunday, we'll do like a 12 to 5:30. And what that'll be almost like a soft opening for those guys to where we'll do a skills testing. So I'll have some people come in from the community and test their drink making skills and their customer service skills. So to make sure that when you leave, you know what you're doing, you're adequately trained. So we'll have a small graduation. They'll do their skills testing. Then they'll have a written test to where they'll test out. Then we'll have a small graduation ceremony to where they get their certificates.
So within 2 days, they're able to get everything that you are teaching them. Do you have them come back for a refresher training, or how does it work?
I do have some refresher trainings, and I recommend they come back for refresher trainings, just like one 6 hour class every 6 months. So
Okay.
all of the new things and trades and skills and tricks of the trade that I've learned, I can pass it on to them because again, I try to research or do something every day so I can be an expert in my field and pass it on to my students.
Wow. So what does it cost?
The school is actually $400, and included in that $400, you're going to get your Serve Safe certification. You're going to get your TIPS and your TABC certification. You're going to get your mixologist shirt. You're going to get an apron. You're going to get a mixology bag. You're going to get a mixologist kit. You're going to get a knife and a cutting board with 3 alcohol pours. So that is included in the $400, and the $400 is able to be broken down into payments. The first payment will just be $100 to secure your spot.
Okay. So tell me, what is do you have success stories?
Success stories. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
one of my students, Ray Curtis, she has gone on to, she works with Big Mama's Kitchen. So she's been doing some things up at Big Mama's Kitchen, making some drinks and pairing them with some food. And then I have another student, Risa Faulkner. She is looking at opening a sit-in deli soon after some of the COVID-19 restrictions are lifted.
Wow, that's exciting. So tell me, the certificate that they get, is it through just your academy, or what is it recognized by?
So can you say that again for me?
Is it like nationally recognized, locally recognized? Is it what type of certification is it? Is it just by the academy?
It is a certifying thing saying that you finished my schooling, and then I am licensed within the state. So when it shows that you finished the Knockout Mixology Academy, you're licensed in the state of Alabama. Your TABC allows you to practice in Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, Nebraska, and Iowa. And your TIPS allow you to practice in Nebraska and Iowa. So not only are you able to practice here in the Midwest, you're able to practice in the Southeast as well.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So tell me, how do people book you? Do you cater? Do you do like parties or
Yes, ma'am. The mobile mixology services, I can do parties and I make bulk orders as well. If you look on my business page this past Saturday, I made a specialty daiquiri called a Serpent Surprise, and that was a 14 drink bulk order of daiquiris and virgin daiquiris as well. So I can come in, and while you guys are setting up food or a surprise party, you guys are over there setting up the food. I'm over here setting up the drinks and the cold beverages. I can do that. I can do parties, birthday parties, bachelorette parties, corporate events. Yes, I do. I have a crew of me and about 4 other people that we can come in and do parties as well. Or if it's a smaller event like the 14 drink event, I can do that one myself.
wow? So what is business like with the COVID-19?
In all honesty, it has been really rough. I had to kind of revamp the way I did things and add the mobile mixology services because I was not going to launch my mobile mixology services until 2021. I had everything strategically planned out. So when COVID-19 popped up on me, that means all of my classes kind of stopped again because we were all quarantined. So I wasn't making that revenue from them classes, but yet I'm sitting here with all of this product. So that's why as soon as everything opened back up, I started doing my mobile mixology services. So I have a two specialty sex on the beaches that I do. I do a watermelon and a strawberry sex on the beach, a tequila sunrise slushy. I do a Long Island iced tea, and then multiple other drinks and daiquiris and margaritas as well, and a few custom orders to where I've created people drinks. So the mobile mixology services, in addition to a couple of my other products, they have been the driving force since COVID-19 happened.
Oh, wow. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, don't go away. Those that are watching, don't go away. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. So this is Meet an Entrepreneur. Today, our special guest is Melanie. Melanie is a mixologist. She's the founder and owner of Knockout Mixology. And she was telling us about the challenges with COVID-19, right? So we know with the pandemic, um, everything is going to look differently going forward, and there will be new ways of doing business in the future. So, how are you planning um, to do business in the future? What are some of the things that you're doing?
I have been kind of going back and forth with the people at Zoom about doing some Zoom classes. I have some lights and things on the way here so I can set up in my kitchen and do some Zoom classes because I do have a couple of students that are interested, but do have the fear of contracting COVID-19. You know, not anyone intently giving it to them, but just because we don't know who we come in contact with all the time on a daily basis, especially if I've still been working my full time job. So I do want to be able to serve my customers and my students and give them the knowledge they need to succeed once the world opens back up. So I have been in talks with Zoom about doing a 12-hour course, 6 hours each day, but I would have to cut out the portion of the soft opening for the students, and then I would just kind of test their skills, and then we would do a virtual graduation like they've been doing for everyone.
Wow, so you have plans.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So tell me, as a healthcare or someone that healthcare provider, someone that has been in healthcare for so long, how did you learn the business skills?
Um, Honestly, my business skills I learned from just kind of trial and error. I did not really have anyone there to show me the ropes to do anything. You know, I had people tell me, but when somebody just kind of tells you, it's different than them showing you and explaining to you why you shouldn't do this way, do that way, or don't do this at all. And then me, I have a habit of learning things the hard way. So when people did try to tell me I want to do this myself, this is my business, you trying to tell me what to do. And so I bumped my head many a times, but now I learned that I got two ears and one mouth for a reason. You need to listen more than you talk. So I honestly, I always, before I put something out there, if I'm not for sure on it, if there is any inkling in my mind of something that I am unsure of, I'll text my friend. or I'll text my mom, or I'll ask somebody, hey, what do you think of this? And if that person's opinion is a little bit different than mine, I'll go to 2 to 3 other people. But you can ask anyone around me in my circle. I'm always asking people, hey, what do you think about this? Should I add this to it? Or, how does this look? I went through 3 or 4 different logos before I even got the one that I'm using today. So I've kind of learned by trial and error. And then that research that I do in the evenings after work, that's a lot of teaching myself so I can be able to help others. Once I get done with this journey, and I think it's going to be a while before I get done with this journey, or even while I'm on this entrepreneur journey, I want to be able to help others to say, hey, these are the people you need to contact to go get your LLC. This is how you get your EIN. This is where you can go to find bulk products. So I want to be able to help others to where we can become a fully self-sufficient entrepreneur community.
So, what's your vision? What are you trying to accomplish in a long run?
Honestly, in the long run, Deborah, I would like to have a school during the daytime to where I can teach my students. And in the back of that school, in the like a building behind, or one large 45,000 square foot building, that's kind of where my mind is going. In the back of that building, I want a distillery. I want to be able to distill the drinks that people enjoy so much. I want to be able to make your vodka, your rum, your tequilas, your gins, and be able to serve that, be able to teach my students on the alcohol and liquor that I've distilled. That's a way to keep everything in house. I don't need to go to anyone to get my product because my product is just being made one door over. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all one door over, so I don't need to go anywhere to buy any product wholesale. And then at the end of the night, I want my students to be able to go home, rest and relax, and then have the front of the school kind of flip to a bar, a lounge, so to speak, to where my students can get their experience, where people can come in, enjoy themselves after work. But while you're enjoying yourself, I want my students to be able to get their experience. To where even if they don't decide to stay working with me at the lounge, they can say they got experience, here. Not just school experience, they have real life experience serving and dealing with customers of the public. So, like, that is my ultimate goal for like the next 3 to 5 years. I really want to be able to do that and be the premier mixology academy in the state.
That's amazing. So, tell me, what was the most challenging thing this past 6 months ever since you went LLC?
Just doing it, without having the fear I'm gonna fail. Because me, I'm always as I've gotten older, I'm not quite so. I'm just gonna go and do it. I always like to, kind of think things out. And then I'm like, well, what if I do this and I start advertising and I fail? And well, I'm just gonna fall back out on healthcare. And I've just honestly just getting out there and doing it. You know, um, whether you got support or not, I say do it. Because if you build your table, people gonna sit down and eat with you. If you build your table, the right people gonna see you eating, and they gonna sit down and eat with you. And those people that sit down and eat with you, that becomes your team. And whether you the leader of your team or not, you got to make sure your whole team eat. So
That's right.
I built my team, and then I built my table, and I got a few people at my table that are eating with me, and I'm gonna continue to make sure that they eat. That is my goal. I always used to be worried about, well, people ain't gonna support me, and people aren't supporting me when I started doing. And then I just started, what, I ain't gonna worry about what everybody else doing and whether you support me or not, because I support me. So I built my table. People saw, how I was going and how I was moving, and they decided to, sit down and eat with me. And I promise you, those people are going to continue to eat and eat well.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me, what do you expect people to take out of this? Those people that are watching the replay, what do you want them to know?
I want them to know that I'm pretty much a perfectionist and an expert. So if you do decide to come to my school, you are going to be well educated, well versed, and I'm going to make sure you leave my school with all the experience you need to be successful as a mixologist. There are people that are strictly only mixologists that all they do is, be a bartender or mixologist. It can be done. You can make a good living off of being a mixologist. I want to get myself to the point where I don't want to rely on my health care. Within the next year or two, honestly, I want to be done working for anybody else so I can put my time fully into my business and adequately educate my students to the point to where being a mixologist is not just a side hustle to you. It is a full-fledged, full-time career. It can be and it will be if you put the time and effort into it that you should.
I can sense a lot of passion for what you do, and I really encourage you to continue. And then we'll have you back for
Thank you.
sure to let us know how things are going, some kind of progress report. So, one more thing, do you want to give a shout out to anyone, or what would you like to add to conclude?
Martine, she is always so supportive of me. Every time I go on the radio, her and William King are always so supportive of me. Tiffany Gamble, I'm trying to think. Nikki from Ocean Spa, um, Anae Hobson, Robert Adams. Oh my God, I can't think of her name. Alexandra Ewing. These are the people I feel that are at my table, and I support them like they support me, and I'm going to continue to make sure they eat. And I just want everyone to take away from this that your passion does not have to be a side hustle. Your passion does not have to be a hustle. Your passion can be your bread and butter. Your passion can be how you eat and eat well. It does not have to be a side hustle. And if you put the time into it like you're supposed to, it won't be a side hustle because eventually, that your passion is going to turn into your everything, for lack of better words.
Wow, thank you so much for being on the
Well,
show tonight. Thank you, Melanie, and we wish you all the best. Thank you for watching. This was Meet an Entrepreneur. Have a good night. Bye bye.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.